Ahoy there, Rumble Space Patriots! Welcome to the live stream of Starlink Mission 44, I guess technically. Good stuff. As you can see, SpaceX just started their live stream. I was actually kind of captivated by their intro. I almost forgot that I was doing my own live stream, but they just started it, so good stuff. Weather's looking beautiful there in Florida. Slick 40. Glad to have you guys with me. Locals members, I do have the local chat open, so feel free to participate on that platform. I also have the Rumble chat going as well. What's going on, Rumble people? Rumbillions. Keith Mabe, how we doing? Muster up. Where you from? What you munching on? And I gotta admit this right out of the gate, you guys. I'm a little distracted for this one. I'm starving. I am very much hungry, and I cannot get pizza off my brain. It's Friday night. It's pizza night. So if you two are eating pizza tonight, be sure to let me know. And you know what? Go ahead and tell me what toppings you're going to put on your pizza as well, okay? I'm kind of a classic pepperoni guy. I love the New York style crust. You know, those big flimsy slices. Those are the best. But I could also go for some buffalo chicken pizza as well. It's the only time where vegetables are acceptable on a pizza, and just onions, and that's it. No fruit, no pineapple, no mushrooms. It's all gross. Onions on buffalo chicken pizza is fine. Other than that, forget about it. Forget about it. Keith Mabe is just moving on to beer o'clock after the launch. Nice. He's going to start the weekend off the right way. Andy in Colorado. Good to see you, man. You were early in the chat. Kilroy, I appreciate you modding in the Rumble rants. As soon as we're able to make mods, I'll add you to the roster. Fly Grim checking in again from Nazareth, PA. Good stuff. Love the opening video. I appreciate that. Yeah, took a long time to edit that video, and then every so often I put new snippets into it as SpaceX hurdles more obstacles, but it's always a big pain in the bee when I got to do that. It's time for another update, I think, soon. Hopefully with the orbital launch, yeah. Wolfay 1, time for launch. Again, pizza on the mind. I was thinking lunch when I read that, even though it's about dinner time, so I'm not really here with you. Cheers. Oh, Jay Wade, I like your style, bro. Costco combo pizza, my favy. Costco does have great pizza. And the bonus with Costco pizza is that the lawyer wife doesn't like it. So I get the whole thing to myself. Yeah. Costco pizza Friday nights are always the best pizza Friday nights. I'm thinking Jet's Pizza tonight, though. For those of you who don't know what Jet's Pizza is, it's pretty good. They have a New York style bold fold kind of pizza I like to get. What's up, Rocket Medic? Good to see you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We're less than 5 minutes from launch already. It's flying by, so we'll turn the volume up here in a second. Let's talk a little bit about the mission right quick. 53 Starlink satellites on this one. This is the 6th launch for this booster, so it's going to hit the halfway mark for that record. What's up, Eric Beavers? Japanese peanuts, huh? Okay. Interesting. Justin, you have leftover pepperoni pizza in the fridge? Not dinner time yet, I know. Yeah. We're almost there, though, here in Ohio. Almost. The dogs are probably about ready for din-dins. But I don't like to eat my dinner early because then I just go to bed hungry. Yep, Keith Mabe, Friday night's always pizza night there too. Good stuff. DV Reed, pepperoni smoked brisket. Okay. My brother loves briskets. I'm not like a huge fan. I'll eat them, but I prefer the pepperoni. What's going on, everyone? I wish I could get to all of you, but I appreciate you participating with us today. Look at that guy. That is the commander of Axe 1 from their return from the space station the other day. I guess I can go big screen meow. We can get Doggo Cam up and rolling here in a second too if the dog decide to join us. Big screen. Luma wipe. There's crew 4. beginning their months-long stay at the station. I have a feeling like it'd be really awesome, obviously, to go to space and stay at the space station, but I have this weird feeling that after like a few months, you know, not really showering, at least in the traditional way, and, you know, not eating all the foods that you want, not really getting to go anywhere, even though I guess technically you're going everywhere. It would just get kind of old. I mean, floating in zero and microgravity wouldn't really get old, but, you know, here's a fun fact if you didn't know, that astronauts on the space station work out for 2 hours every day. All right. Now, I enjoy working out. I work out 5 days a week for like a half hour. I do like these I do circuit training with weights, and, you know, it's enjoyable, but I would get burnt out, I think. I think I would. I think I'd probably get burnt out if I had to work out for 2 hours every day. Maybe I'm not meant to live on the space station. I don't know. Really like your channel, dude. You do a good job. Well, I appreciate that. KL Sitten. We're within the 2-minute warning. Let's turn the volume up a bit, yeah. Get some background noise in here.
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
Great news, that's that call out. What that means is now prop load is complete on Falcon 9 and ready for T0 today. We'll start to vent out.
Yes, close out.
Start to vent out the liquid oxygen lines on the transporter erector, so you can see those white clouds there on your screen. And then at the T-minus 1 minute mark, the Falcon 9 flight computers will take over the launch countdown. And we should hear that call out here shortly. And
Eric
great
says,
weather over there at the Cape.
Eric says in the bathroom, I could never deal with that. Yeah, the bathroom thing would be kind of annoying, but the thing is, like, us Navy boys, the first thing they make you do at boot camp is they make you poop with the curtains open, and like your stall is directly facing the stall in front of you, so like you actually have to stare some random dude you just met in the eyes as you're taking your deuce. So I mean, the bathroom thing wouldn't really annoy me, but anyway, that's a conversation we can have later. I'm sure you're all looking forward to it.
We are go for launch.
30 seconds.
Now with all systems go, let's watch as Falcon 9 takes
awesome.
our 53 Starlink satellites into orbit.
Let's do it, SpaceX. Let's do it so I can get my pizza.
15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff for Starlink. Go Falcon. Go Starlink 416.
Get it.
Vehicle is pitching downrange. MOD chamber pressure is nominal.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40, carrying our 53 Starlink satellites.
Lick those
although
clouds.
at liftoff gravity is pulling the vehicle straight down, as we ascend, we tilt the engines.
Power and telemetry nominal.
And tilting those engines is called gimbaling. That turns the rocket horizontally, and you can kind of see that there on your screen. So we are still going up, but we're also heading horizontally away from the launch pad. And that is what we call a gravity turn. And we are coming up on max Q here in a few seconds.
If you launch your rocket straight up, it will come straight down. So you gotta burn it horizontally. Get it falling around the Earth.
And there's that call out that we've just passed through max Q. Now that's the largest structural load that the vehicle sees on ascent, and we have passed through it. So next up will be a series of events. First will be MECO, or main engine.
I guess if you burn long enough straight up, then you'll just leave the Earth's atmosphere. So I guess it's not technically always true that you come right back down.
Second milestone, which is
what goes up doesn't always have to come back down.
The second
got enough power behind it,
enough stage separation. That's where the first and second stage separate from each other. First stage will start to make its way back to Earth, and the second stage will continue on its journey with
Vehicle is following a nominal trajectory.
Keep the ground tracking for stage
with
set,
SES-1, or second stage engine startup 1. And that's where the single Merlin vacuum engine will light up and propel the second stage along with the Starlink satellites to orbit. We've got some awesome views watching Falcon 9 on ascent. We're just about 15 seconds away from those three events: MECO, stage separation, and SES-1. Just about 10 seconds or so after SES-1, we should also see the fairing halves jettison from the second stage.
Keep it. Do not switch cameras. I order you not to switch.
Main engine cut off.
No, no.
Stage separation confirmed. And back ignition.
Well, I guess it's good that it worked. I guess I should be happy about that.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Let's go, fairings.
And some incredible views there. We just had MECO stage separation. You can see those fairing halves on your right-hand screen
Both
falling back to Earth.
Nominal trajectories.
And got some nominal callouts. The MVAC engine lit up on the second stage. The first stage grid fins have deployed. So on your left-hand screen, you're looking at a view from the first stage. On your right,
I'm gonna talk a little bit here. I just had this like thought come into my brain and to my cranium that how lucky are we that we get to live at a time where we not only is this awesome stuff happening, but we get to go along with for the journey. Like we get to actually see it happening. Like this is live streaming from space right now. It's amazing. If this was the 60s or 50s, we'd be watching for a certain extent, like with cameras on the ground, and we'd be listening to like radio chatter, and that would be about it. We wouldn't get these awesome color live images. It's pretty badass, I gotta say. Anyway, I just got this sense of overwhelming appreciation just flow through me all of a sudden. Back to you. I think your name is Jessica. Is Jessica hosting? I didn't even get a look to see who was hosting.
for size, is about equivalent
Got too many
to,
monitors up. Sounds like Jesse.
Trajectories.
It's equivalent to the size of a football field, so it's pretty large.
Yeah, that's Jessica.
We're just a couple minutes away from the entry burn starting up on the first stage. First stage also has 4 landing legs made of carbon fiber aluminum honeycomb.
Good to know. That's a good question, Keith. So are we going to be past 800 sats after this batch? I lost count. Actually, we're well past 2,000 last I heard, and that was like a couple months ago. So we'll say like mid to low 2,000s, I think. As far as operational satellites, I don't know. Maybe operationally it's a lot less, but that's the last number I heard. That's a good questiones, though. Questiones. I think that might be Spanish for questions, but I can't confirm. So yeah, we got titanium grid fins on the left-hand side here. That's what Jessica was referring to earlier, for those of you who don't really watch these. They're about the size of a really small compact car. They're used to steer the rocket once it gets in denser parts of the atmosphere. They used to be made of aluminum, but they would burn extra holes through them upon reentry, so they switched to titanium, and they hold up, and they can be reused now. And then you'll also see these little poofers of cold nitrogen gas, and that's the ACS system that helps point the rocket in the right direction as it makes its way into the denser parts of the atmosphere, so the grid fins can take over. Right-hand side of your screen, you got the Merlin vacuum engine pushing the second stage to a complete orbit. Otherwise, if it just shut off, the payload would just fall probably into the Drake, statistically speaking. There we go. We got our re-entry burn on the first stage, left side of your screen. I was gonna say second side of your screen, but I guess there's no such thing, and that would be this side, maybe. I don't know. Again, got pizza on my mind. Maybe I'm thinking of the second half of a pizza. What kind of toppings I'd want on that? You could do pepperoni on one side and sausage on the other. Or barbecue buffalo chicken. That's weird. Can you do buffalo chicken pizza on half of a large pizza and then pepperoni on the other half? Has anyone ever done that? So I warned you guys, man. I got pizza on my brain. All right, let's turn the volume back up.
The atmosphere helps to scrub a lot of the velocity as first stage makes its way back to the landing zone after the entry burn has concluded.
Eric says he's using Starlink internet right now, and they at least have enough satellites to keep him connected. So that's good to know. Good to know, man. Glad it's working out for you.
And we got a great view here of the second stage. And I mentioned that soot earlier on the first stage. As you saw, the vehicle,
Stage 1 transonic.
the first stage vehicle actually enters back into the Earth's atmosphere with the engines first, so it is flying through its own plume. And the fuel for Falcon 9 is a kerosene, which is carbon-based, and that's what creates that soot onto the vehicle.
Here we go with the landing burn. Get ready to clap, chat. Get your hands ready.
Coming up on the landing burn here for
Stage
first
1
stage.
landing burn.
Great timing. Landing burn has begun.
There's the drone ship.
Again, this will also last about 20 seconds, and we should see the landing legs deploy just before touchdown, and some great views here.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy. Stage 2
Nice.
terminal guide.
Oh, look at it. Right on the bullseye. Yeah. Please clap.
Incredible
Look at there.
views. Falcon 9 has landed on our drone ship just per the instructions.
Beautiful.
What an incredible landing. This marks the 117th recovery of a first stage booster. And we are coming up on SECO, which is second stage engine cutoff 1 in a few seconds
Second
here.
engine cutoff.
Look at that. Bullseye. I can't. How pathetic and sad is it that I can't even get bullseye while playing darts here on the ground? They can throw a dart from space.
We just had SECO 1,
hit a
that's
bullseye
second
in the
stage
ocean.
engine cutoff 1 with a confirmation of good orbit. So with that successful confirmation of second stage engine cutoff and a good orbit, we will be ending our webcast for today's launch. Now, as mentioned previously, we will be confirming payload deploy
Means
via
pizza
our
comes
social
early.
channels, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you to the Federal Aviation Administration for supporting our
Wow. SpaceX they actually thanked the FAA after they got dissed today. If you haven't heard yet, because maybe you've been working, the FAA, who they were supposed to release their PEA findings today, because they've delayed them month after month. But, it's Friday, and they waited to basically the very last minute to let us know that they're pushing it another month. So May 31st is now the target for the release of the PEA. We should go ahead and start taking bets. When are they actually going to release it? June? July? Christmas? Place your bets. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I literally got the email right before federal hours were over for today. Federal working hours were done. They definitely waited to the last minute. Again, that's when the government releases bad news. On Fridays, as late as possible. I found out about it to put it in my video because I just checked. I happened to wake up really early this morning, and so one of the first things I did when I was prepping my videos was I checked the FAA website because they have a SpaceX page dedicated to it, and I saw that the date was right there. I was like, oh, they changed that earlier than I got up, or maybe late last night and I just didn't see it. But I think it was early this morning because they immediately changed it to several different dates, back to April, then March. So my theory was someone at the FAA did an oopsie, got ahead of themselves, displayed it before they really meant to because they want to, again, wait for later in the day to release the bad news, which they ended up doing. So yeah, I'm curious. I'd be really curious to talk to Elon as soon as like news like that breaks. Like, does he just start cussing out the person nearest to him? Like, obviously SpaceX still has stuff to get done before they try to launch Starship to orbit. But after we've seen everything that SpaceX has done with the Starship program up to now, don't you think if they already been granted approval, they would have been doing more extreme stuff? Maybe I think they'd be doing like, they would have at least done the 33 Raptor engine burns by now. Maybe not, because they're trying to use the Raptor 2 ones now, but I feel like had they already had approval, they would have been a little bit more liberal with their testing regimen. Instead, they've definitely, ever since the draft PEA became a thing, I feel like SpaceX has been a little bit more withholding of their activities down there in Starbase, Texas. And here's the thing, I feel like I remember hearing a while back when this all started that SpaceX isn't even allowed to static fire, isn't allowed to ignite all 33, or at the time it was 29 Raptor engines for the first stage booster, for the Super Heavy booster. Now, maybe that's just my crappy memory misleading me, and that never really was said or anything, but I feel like I heard that like officially somewhere and just forgot about it. I feel like if that was really the case, more people would remember it as well. But I'd be really curious to know, can SpaceX even static fire all the engines on the Super Heavy booster at one time before they actually get approval through this PEA? Because that's environmental related, lining up 33 Raptor engines. They started a wildfire with just I think it was just one Raptor engine when they were doing Starhopper stuff. So yeah, I'd be curious to know that answer. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're going to call it there. I appreciate you participating and joining hands with me as we watch SpaceX perform miracles. It's always fun. Howdy, Fox Pup. Glad you made it into the local chat just in time for me to say have a good weekend, because I'm very much starving to death. I can actually feel my soul leaving my body. So I'm going to go. I'm going to feed the dogs because they're a priority. They always come first. And then I'm going to feed me. The lawyer wife can participate if she wishes. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and don't do anything I would do. Until next time, Godspeed.